course, when it starts.
That's awesome. Wait, I need to play our music.
Ooh, play music.
I hope this goes.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Cliffhangers and Cocktails.
Part of the Caftan Coven empire.
Yes.
I've decided we're an empire.
We're an empire now?
We are an empire now.
Oh, I love it. Does that make us empresses?
Yeah.
Oh, freaking fantastic.
Mm-hmm. You even have the crown.
I do. I wore it just for this event.
Fantastic.
Yes. This is our inaugural sort of, it's obviously not a podcast, but it will. That's the whole point. Is the plan is to be a podcast, but we're also going to be posting on YouTube, etc. So our whole deal is we're going to be talking about midlife magic. We're going to be talking about cocktails.
Yes.
We're going. I mean, that's probably our most important.
Right. We should lead with that. No.
Yeah. And we're going to be talking about, the paranormal books that we're reading, and just having a lot of fun and hopefully having some interesting guests on. We have a list that we will be harassing.
Asking very politely. In my case, I guess I can't speak for Empress Shéa.
I may harass, but in the nicest possible way.
I'm going to clean up my background a little bit better next time so that nobody can see the roll of paper towels.
Oh.
Yeah.
We could have used that earlier.
Oh, we should. We could have. If only I had the camera on when I spilled the cocktail.
So we're drinking a black magic cocktail in honor of Halloween, or Samhain, as witches such as us like to call it.
And definitely not Samhain, because that
is not how
it makes me so unhappy.
Please don't say that.
There's an episode of Supernatural called Samhain, and Samhain is like this embodiment of some kind of ancient Celtic spirit, and I cannot listen to that episode. I have to skip that one every time it comes up in a rewatch because it makes me so angry. Yes. So angry. So
don't call it
Samhain. Those are good.
Samhain. Yeah. So today is, as we said, Halloween Samhain. We're drinking black magic cocktails. We're going to tell you how to make them in a little while. But first, we're just going to, I guess, we sort of already said what we're going to be doing.
We did. We covered point number 1 already. We're going to be doing this with no awkwardness ever again.
Right. This is only awkwardness today. We're going to be absolutely perfect in every way from here on out.
Yeah, we definitely won't ever have blooper reels.
So I guess then, since we're drinking this delicious drink, and talking about this delicious drink,
should we tell the people what it is?
And how to make it?
We might as well. So it's a black magic margarita, and this has 1.5 ounces of tequila, an ounce of black raspberry, thank you, liqueur, an ounce of lime juice, and half an ounce of agave syrup. And so I shook it, I poured it in the glass, I used the ice from the shaker as our rocks. And if you want to get fancy and you're confident of your ability to do this, rimming it with black salt would look super, super cool.
It would.
You could add whatever garnishes if you want. Blackberries would probably look beautiful in here with a lime slice. I didn't rim the cups because I'm not very good at it. There's a joke in there somewhere. But I am too mature to make it.
Yep,
Y'all are on your own.
Way too mature. And I don't actually like salt with my margaritas, so I was totally fine with that. But from a magical perspective, the salt adds an element of protection and purification. The other ingredients, the lime, the tequila, the agave, the black raspberry, are all about coming into your power. They're also about love, and they can be used in spells for love and for personal power and for romance even, which, never really thought of Halloween as a romance day, but why not? Right?
When I married my first husband, we got married on Halloween.
Oh.
If we were still together, which we're not because he was my first husband. I've had more than one. That was, oh my God, that was a long time ago. Oh dear.
Yeah, we won't talk
years?
about how old we are. Old enough
We
to know
already
better.
said we were going to talk about midlife witchery.
Okay, fine.
We're very young.
We're very young.
We're just guessing what it's like to be middle-aged.
Because we are clearly nowhere near that.
No. Actually, I don't mind. I don't mind being the age I am. I love growing and growing into my power and starting to give zero fucks about what other people think. It's such a powerful age.
The 40s were awesome. I think the 40s were when I started really just not caring anymore and just really becoming comfortable in my own skin. And as I hit 50, it's even more so.
That's awesome.
Yes. So I'm looking forward to the 50s with gusto.
I got a couple years before I get there, but I'm not upset about it. I'm going to turn 50 in Portugal, living in Portugal. I'm going to walk the Camino that year. Got some plans. I've got some plans for 50.
Well, I plan to be in Portugal celebrating with you your 50th with some champagne.
Yeah, well, you don't have to walk the Camino with me if you don't want to.
I appreciate
But they have like little coaches that go from town to town so you can meet the people at the town they're staying in.
I love that.
And of course there's wineries. There's wineries.
Let's stop at the wineries and meet you there.
Yeah. It'll be great.
Love it. So another thing we're going to talk about with each of our podcasts is paranormal reads that we're reading. Mostly paranormal women's fiction. So that's just books that are paranormal, that are focused on women in midlife. We'll be a little flexible with that, I think, because, but
I read a wide variety of paranormal fiction.
Same.
That's about all I read, but
and so right now we've got some of our lovely books on this.
I don't know.
Shelf. Can you see the back shelf?
I think
so. I'll just pull them down. So here's one of mine. I don't know if we can see this.
We'll have better lighting.
Yeah, better. We'll have better lighting eventually. Ooh, there. Potions, Poisons, and Peril. This is the first book in my Deepwood Witches Mysteries. And the e-book is free on Amazon.
Nice.
Yeah. I've also got another series, which is Season of the Witch, and features a witch who is in her 40s and perimenopause, comes with magical powers.
Nice. I like that idea.
Yeah. And then, of course, we've got your lovely books here.
Yeah. Let me grab a couple of my books. This would have been a great thing to have on hand.
I mean, yeah.
In our hands, actually.
We clearly planned this really well.
We did plan it a lot.
We did actually plan it quite a bit. But it's really different planning a thing and actually doing it.
Yeah. We were going to make our cocktails on air. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe we should just make them ahead of time. And I'm so glad we did because it was kind of a comedy of errors. Although that might have been fun for the Bluebird Reel.
That might have been fun for the Bluebird Reel, yeah.
My current series in progress is Ghosts of Valhalla. And I wouldn't call this or my Eleanor Morgan series, which is complete, midlife paranormal romance or paranormal fiction, because the characters are in their 30s, but they are not like, I'm 21 and not that there's anything wrong with being 21 and just like had magic powers or, academy or anything like that. They're strong women, mature women in their 30s. But my paranormal women's fiction, Eden Valley, I don't know what the name of the series is. Midlife Magic in Eden Valley.
I'm like, why are you looking at me? I don't remember what it's called.
Midlife Magic in Eden Valley is a complete series, and it's four friends, four women who are finding romance, second chance romance, sapphic romance, angels and demons, and end of the world. I mostly write about the end of the world. I don't have a series that doesn't include at least one apocalypse. I'm doing Ragnarok right now and Ghosts of Valhalla. So
I think my first series that I ever did, which was a urban fantasy, did have the end of the world, and I do have a post-apocalyptic series, but most of my, I kind of avoid the end of the world. I'm more like magical little towns where nothing terrible happens except, not murder.
I'm killing on a larger scale.
Mine are happy little murders.
Well, I mean, the apocalypse can I pluralize it that way? Probably not. It's probably apocalypses, but apocalypse sounds fun.
It sounds like a band.
That's part of our Caftan Coven empire.
Is the apocalypse die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They usually turn out well. I mean, not everyone dies.
Only most of the people.
Well, most of humanity, maybe. There's got to be, casualties. But
I mean, I can't have a good apocalypse without a few casualties, I guess.
Otherwise, it's a boring apocalypse. Is it even apocalyptic? These are the important questions that we need you guys to help us answer.
Right. Absolutely.
All right.
Okay, so
what are you reading right now?
Well, right now, you so nicely suggested Susan, You're the Chosen One. Oh my God, I love that book. And it is absolutely hilarious. I am on the third book in the series, which is Break the Curse, Susan. And I mean, it's absolutely hilarious. This poor woman has had a hell of a time. Her life has been absolutely torn apart. She's recovering from a mental breakdown. She's trying to build her life back together. And all of a sudden, really hot fae show up on her rooftop. And she's a little worried. She's having another breakdown. Although, honestly, if it was hot fae.
That's a breakdown I'd jump into.
I mean, that's not so bad as far as breakdowns go. So, but it's very funny. Like, there's like a mini duocorn who's like her designer. He's got an attitude, of course. There's shifters and vampires and I don't know. It's just a lot of fun. So, and it's very, very funny. And I can't put them down. And I stay up way too late reading them and then wonder why I can't get out of bed in the morning.
Do you remember the name of the author?
Lynette, something with an H.
Loretta Hignall.
Loretta Hignall. Oh, see, okay, I wasn't even close.
And I have to do a disclosure here because I found these books because my partner was her editor.
Aha!
And he would just laugh out loud while editing. I'm like, wait, what is this? What is this? So I bought them all immediately when they came out.
They are very
so
funny, and I am glad that you suggested them because I was on kind of a bit of I couldn't really get into any. I just finished a really good book, and I couldn't really get into anything, and tried a couple and was like, eh. And then I'm like, okay, she told me to try Susan is the Chosen One, or whatever. And so I just went. I went and grabbed it. It's on Kindle Unlimited, so you can read it that way. And it's just so damn funny.
Oh my God, I love it so much.
It's really good. It's very well written, and it's a lot, and it's a little different than a lot of the paranormal women's fiction I've read. It's just a little bit different. It's got a little bit of a different edge to it, so it's a lot of fun.
It is. Oh God, I love that book.
I mean, when she jumps through the toilet to get to the mermaid.
Yes. No, seriously, you guys have to go read it immediately.
Yes. Immediately. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just go and grab Susan, You're the Chosen One and read it. I can't imagine you'll be disappointed because it's absolutely funny as hell.
I think that she's going to be one of our author guests that we're going to have on when the podcast.
I would love to have her.
I am positive she'd be down for it. I haven't asked her. I guess she could say no, but I think she'll be down for it.
Yeah,
it'll be.
I hope so.
We know a lot of fun paranormal authors, so we'll be able to get some good guests on once the podcast is officially live.
Exactly.
In podcast land.
So what are you reading?
Well, I am currently rereading Lindsay Buroker.
Oh yeah.
Her series that I wish I would have written down ahead of time so that it looks like I knew what I was talking about and that I knew what I was reading. But what I'm doing right now is just like absorbing the feelings of reading the book and not looking up on Kindle what I'm doing because I'm not reading that book. I have a lot of books. What am I reading? Nobody knows.
Well, Lindsay does mostly epic fantasy, right?
No, this is an urban fantasy series.
Okay.
It's not epic fantasy, although you're right, that is typically what she does. She's got this world that she's written that's all in Seattle. And there's 3 separate series in it. And so I am reading the Death Before Dragons series.
Oh, I like that.
And that main character is in her 40s.
Okay.
And is half elf and was raised by her mom because her elf dad left Earth with all the other magical creatures about 40 years ago, a little over 40 years ago, because of dragon issues.
Oh.
Wow.
But
a few stayed behind, and she's the product of this marriage, and she is a assassin for the government in charge of assassinating rogue magical creatures who are killing humans. So she's out like doing her job, hunting down a wyvern something like that has killed a bunch of little kids.
That's super not cool.
So. In Oregon, like real close to where we live. And she's out there doing her job, getting the last one that has killed these children. And this dragon just comes in and starts messing up her life because he is part of the Dragon Council, who is in charge of finding magical creatures who have committed crimes, but they don't kill them. They take them off to the Dragon Council for rehabilitation, which is, I think you spend 3 years in solitary confinement, and then they wipe your memory and give you a new personality.
Okay, that does not sound fun.
No, nobody wants to be rehabilitated. So this dragon walks into her life and everything turns upside down, basically is what happened. So there's dark elves making nasty magic. There's trying to blow up Seattle. There's all sorts of mayhem. She has a magic sword that maybe was stolen, not by her. And there's just all this chaos. She ends up eventually having a quarter dwarf roommate, a vampire roommate, kind of, who lives in her basement and does not pay rent.
I mean, that's definitely rude.
Her half sister shows up, who is the daughter of her dad, and she's a full elf. And there's just it is such a fun series. The characters are so fun, and I don't want to give any more information. I really recommend it. That one's also on Kindle Unlimited, and I've read all 3 series in this world, and they're a lot of fun. So the second one, the main character is a half dwarf whose mother is dead and killed by the government. Her dad's been in government custody since she was a little girl, and she's being hunted down by a full elf who is an assassin. Lots of assassins. Lots of assassinating.
So, apocalypse, assassinating, or jumping through toilets. Take your pick.
There's no reason to limit yourself. You can do all the things.
All the things. Yeah. And that's kind of what these books are about, is just empowering women, particularly midlife women who are just sort of have often been ignored, as if somehow your life ends at 40. It's like, nah, we're just getting good.
Yes.
You're just getting good.
We are stronger now.
Absolutely. So another thing we're going to do is we're going to, every podcast, we're going to draw a card. So you have a special deck.
Yes, I do. I have Seasons of the Witches Samhain Oracle deck. And that was created by Juliet Diaz and Lorraine Anderson and illustrated by Giada Rose. And I have every Oracle, Season of the Witch Oracle deck that exists at this point. So there's Yule and Beltane. Oh, look, I'm doing a thumbs up.
Woo!
Oh, yeah. I wasn't, but a big thumbs up to this deck. So I love these decks. I love having there's an Imbull deck.
Yes, I believe there is. Maybe.
I could go look, but I'm not getting up to go look up something one more time.
Well, I do have my phone right here.
I mean, all my tarot decks are right over there, but all of them. There's not very many. I'm waiting for the full deal. Beltane. Is there a
Okay, so she has the Samhain.
This is
of course now it does not show up.
Of course not.
Let's click on her name, and see if that is helpful.
I also have a couple books by Juliet Diaz. I really, really enjoy her. And I'm kind of talking about, like, so she identifies as a bruja and has written some books about the altar within, finding the magic within you, a little bit about decolonizing the way that modern witchcraft can be portrayed in the United States as a bunch of just nothing but white people, and having that Celtic tradition and the neo-pagan and the Wiccan, and not looking at the history of witchcraft in other cultures as much. And I mean, I don't know a lot about those other cultures, and it's really made me want to learn more. And I love the altar.
She has a Mabon deck.
She
has.
I have one of those too. Yes. All right.
Yeah, as I was recently started reading a little bit more about witches in Spain and Portugal, which is, I mean, still Eurocentric, of course, but it's very different from the Celtic and traditions that most of us are familiar with, and that most of us see on TV. So, so it's been kind of interesting to read about a different take on that. And then, like, I've been learning a little bit more about, like, Korean. I got a little bit obsessed with K-dramas. And so I always find they're sort of more supernatural or magical takes interesting, because they're very different than a Eurocentric take. And so I kind of started just doing a little bit of research, because it always makes me interesting. Oh, now why are they doing that specific thing? Why are they waving a knife at that person? You know? And so, do the Google or the, whatnot, and try and find out a little bit more. So that's been interesting too.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right.
So what is our card this Samhain day?
Crystals and herbs. And it says on here, oh, what medicine, what sacredness to behold, a dash of healing straight from mother's home. And I do not have these all memorized.
I will hold it up so everyone can see the card. Yeah, there we go.
So it's an allegory for the profound healing that comes from working with Earth's medicine. And I love that. Earth energy, touching the earth, getting to know your crystals, herbs, essential oils, the ground you walk on.
Hugging a tree.
This is forest bathing. Sleeping under the stars, which I'm not going to do because that's not comfortable in this point of my life. Quiet streams or meadows, like just nature, imbuing yourself in nature and getting to know the offerings that come with that. It's an invitation to find deeper connection with earth energy. We're being called to the earth.
That's fantastic.
Grounding, connection, stability, and strength. Nourishing and support. And nourishing and supporting us and everything on the planet. There is sacredness in earth magic.
I love that, because, I mean, everything is so chaotic right now. Things are crazy. All these things going on in the world. And we just kind of, I think it's really important to remember to ground ourselves and to live in that grounding instead of letting ourselves get sort of yanked into all kinds of stress.
We can't escape the chaos. And I think there's enough chaos that we should not even try to escape, because it's very important to be aware of what's going on in the world and to not like isolate ourselves from what's happening, because it affects everyone. But you don't have to pull all of that into yourself and make you chaotic. You can let this chaos be acknowledged and stay outside.
I think you can have more to give to the world, and if you are able to sort of root yourself and ground yourself in a way that you aren't overwhelmed by that chaos, because in a chaotic time, people especially need people who are giving out, positive energy, who are grounded and who are giving them hope. And the more people who can do that, I think the better we'll all be, because we're all sharing that energy and that space with each other.
Yeah, humanity is borderless. Humanity is borderless.
It is.
And I honestly believe in the power of, I don't want to say the power of positive thinking, because that sounds so like
woo-woo.
Well, and I don't mind being woo-woo.
But I
But
mean,
it
it
sounds
sounds
like
a little hokey and unrealistic. And
cliche.
people think of being positive and having positive energy as like, oh, it's sort of this like negative thing or it's toxic. Because
laugh.
Yeah, there is a level at which there is a toxic version of positivity.
Oh yeah, there's a whole stuff on toxic positivity.
Right. But that doesn't mean that positivity in and of itself is toxic. In fact, I think it's really, really important to have healthy, realistic positivity. So you can see the crap in the world, but know and believe that it can be better.
Yeah.
That we can all be better. And to work toward that, and to lift others up who are working toward that. So,
yeah. And the more people who can put this out into the world, I do believe that there is a collective energy that can affect things.
Absolutely.
And it's difficult. It's difficult because it's really easy to get bogged down.
It really is.
But maintaining your center and your grounding, I think, can have a huge impact on how you put your energy out into the world in the swirling chaos that
absolutely
is going to continue to get more chaotic, at least for the next week, if not for the next few months.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. We are living in exciting times.
Oh, yay.
I don't think I ever understood until like the last few years how much of a curse that really is. Can we have some boring times, please? I like a little boredom in my life.
And I'm going to mess this quote up so much, but it's from Lord of the Rings when Frodo says, I wish this had never come to me. I don't want to do this. Like, I wish this wasn't happening. And Gandalf is like, so does everyone who has to live through times like this. Totally messed up that quote. But
we got the point.
Yes. And that's basically what it is. It's like, nobody wants this. That's why may your life be exciting is not necessarily, it's, like you said, it's that curse.
Exactly.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the kind of the significance of the stones and crystals we're wearing?
Sure. Okay, so we've got a few different crystals and stones on today. I probably won't remember all of them. Memory. Yeah, so perimenopause and memory, those two things don't go well together. But yes, so I'm wearing on this hand I have a jade ring. In ring magic, the stones and metals you wear and the specific place you wear them can have meaning. So I'm wearing it specifically on this ring finger, on this part of the ring finger, so that it's supposed to attract abundance and wealth and all good things. So I've also got aventurine, and I, for the life of me, can't remember what aventurine means. I have completely forgotten. It's gone. But this too, I do believe there's levels of protection and so on in them. I've got this one. I have some lapis, some labradorite, I think, and now I've forgotten the other one. But anyway, they're all air stones, and they have to do with both protection and with self-expression. So they're just all good stones. Just I got some, I think this one's rose quartz here, which is for healing. And this one is, again, I don't remember. I think it's fluorite, if I recall correctly.
It looks like fluorite.
Yeah. So, and some of them are gifts. So, I just love wearing the stones. I love the positive energy that they bring. And a lot of them I wear for protection, healing, and just protecting my energy as well as sharing it.
I also looked at, stones that are associated particularly with Samhain and kind of what we're looking at there. And things like amethyst.
Yep.
And bracelet. And onyx, which I have an onyx necklace on right now, are very powerful stones that can connect us to the earth and to the passage of time and healing. And I would say this amethyst bracelet that I'm wearing was a gift from my father. And so that feels extra special to me on Samhain when we're close to the veil today. It's the time when we can connect with the spirits of our ancestors, those that have gone before. And my father died just almost 13 years ago. So that's a really special piece of jewelry for me.
Cool.
And I don't know, I'm wearing skeleton unicorn earrings, which I don't think have any significance other than they're fun. Yeah.
Amethyst is my birthstone, so it's one of those things that I always feel really drawn to.
Samesies.
And it's, it's a creative stone, creative expression, and a lot of good energy with amethyst for me, certainly.
Same. Also a February baby.
Yeah.
But I'm a Pisces and not an Aquarius.
That's right.
We're split down that month divide. A lot of the stones and a lot of the things that we were talking about before we started this live stream, we were looking at all this stuff has healing and power and coming into your power. And I think that's great as we're, going towards the darkest part of the year and just really finding that grounding power as we're both middle-aged women, talking about the paranormal women's fiction, looking at people coming into their power in middle age. And the new moon is in just over 12 hours where we're at. And so looking at that as a time of walking into power and strength as the moon goes dark and then starts growing again. And it's a good time if you're doing things for new beginnings, if you want something that you want to grow, if you're looking at we're talking about money magic, if you're looking at that, the new moon is a great time to prepare that so things will grow.
Yeah. It's a good time.
It is a good time.
Lots of great energy going on. So, shall we talk about where everybody can find us?
Let's do it.
Instagram. We're on Instagram. What's the
Cliffhangers and Cocktails?
Cliffhangers and Cocktails. You can find us there. I don't think we have a Facebook set up yet. Facebook page.
We do not.
We do not. Our website isn't quite live yet, but we will be posting in the comments or whatever, a link so that you can sign up for the newsletter so that you can be notified when the podcast goes live. That will be later. I can't remember when we decided that would go. January. That's right. I wanted to say that, but I was like, wait, Swiss cheese for a brain. So in January, we're planning to have that, but we'll probably do some YouTubes and things like that to just kind of stay in the groove. And then also, I think, was that it? Oh, yeah, Instagram, and we'll post the link for the newsletter so you can sign up.
And that'll have all of our podcast information. You'll get reminders or notices when we're going to go live, because we are going to do that a few more times. Before the podcast. Yes. We've got plans. Notebooks full of plans.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hopefully we're probably going to set up something on TikTok and do some little TikToks there, but that's in the future. For now, just we're on Instagram. If you sign up for the newsletter, we'll let you know.
Oh, I want to say smash that like button.
Yes, smash the like button.
Smash it.
Like and subscribe, please. Smash.
I watch a lot of YouTube videos with my daughter, and it just kills me every time they're like, smash that like button. And I wanted to say it, but I don't know if I'll ever say that again because it didn't really flow naturally for me.
Press the button.
Just like and subscribe.
Because we're awesome.
We are
and
awesome.
You're awesome, and we want you to join us.
Yeah. I mean, books, drinks,
and
witch. Yeah,
magic. Yeah.
So.
What more could you want?
Not a whole lot, honestly. Not a whole lot. I don't know. How are we ending things? How are we going to do this?
We could. Do we need to do a little Texas two-step?
You do that, and I will watch.
No.
Okay.
No, nobody wants to see that.
All right. How about a cheers and
a
blessings?
Cheers? Yes. Cheers and blessings.
Blessings to you.
Samhain to all of you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. There shouldn't be